Welcome back to LT Gaming, everyone. Today we're diving headfirst into Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, the upcoming newest chapter in the legendary series that's defined turn-based strategy gaming for decades now. Set in the long-lost continent of Jadame, yes, the one we've heard whispers about but never explored, Olden Era promises a world bustling with life, magic and danger. From building magnificent cities to leading armies of mythical creatures in highly tactical all-or-nothing battles, the game is shaping up to be something quite special. But let's not forget where it comes from, with Heroes 2 and 3 still ruling the fanbase thanks to an incredible modding community. Shout out to mods like Horn of the Abyss. The bar is sky high. Can Olden Era live up to this legacy? That is the million-dollar question. In this video we're going to be unpacking everything we know so far about Olden Era, from its world building through to gameplay changes that you need to know about. And if you're new here, we know a lot of you are not subscribed yet. Feel free to join the LT Gaming community and of course like the video and help us get a bit more hype on YouTube. Alright guys, let's jump into it. Jadame, a land of untamed beauty and simmering tensions. For years it's existed as a mere footnote in the Heroes of Might and Magic lore, but now it's going to be at the centre of a story that could reshape its fate forever. Mysterious demonic power is rising and alliances are more fragile than ever. The rulers of Dungeon are desperate to rally the continent's factions, but as you expect in this world fueled by grudges and rivalries, this is not going to come easy. And this is where Olden Era is going to pick up. The campaign will invite you into a dynamic, non-linear journey where every decision is going to carry weight. Are you going to be the peacemaker and forge alliances and fight for the unity, or are you going to let chaos take the reins and watch it all burn? It's hopefully going to be a deeply immersive experience that will put you at the helm of Jadame's destiny. As you explore this game, 6 factions are going to greet or challenge you, from the noble warriors of Temple to the brooding undead of Necropolis. We also have the ethereal beauty of the Sylvan, the shadowy depths of Dungeon, and each faction looks quite alive with its own strengths, quirks and ambitions. And then we have the Hive, which is a terrifying blend of demonic insectoids that leave me feeling a little bit uneasy, to be honest. There is going to be a 6th faction that's going to be uncovered at the release, and so this will be a little mystery to keep us hooked. There will be a variety of different single player modes that you can dive into, and I'll touch upon these a bit later in the video. The game will also arrive with a built-in map editor in the early access, so you're going to be able to shape your own worlds and battles right from the offset. And then of course share them with the community, which I'm really excited about. The multiplayer experience is looking just as polished, with matchmaking, leaderboards and even an observer mode for those who just want to enjoy the spectacle of battle. And then there will also be a random map generator, which is a huge bonus in my book. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era doesn't just look like a new chapter, it feels like a love letter to fans of the series with some modern twists that's going to breathe fresh life into this classic formula. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is going to be all about options. So whether you're the kind of player who loves exploring vast maps for hours on end, or someone who's looking for a quick strategic skirmish, we can break down the game modes for you so you guys can get an idea of what to expect. First up, we've got Classic Mode. This is where it all begins. Hire heroes, build kingdoms, explore the map, and of course crush your enemies. If you're a long-time fan, you're going to feel right at home in this mode. The game is going to keep its original charm, meticulous exploration, careful resource management, and those epic final showdowns that take dozens of in-game weeks to set up. It's going to be nostalgic gameplay in its purest form with some modern upgrades added in. Over the years, the way people have played the Heroes franchises have changed quite a bit. Competitive players have pushed the limits of strategy, finding new ways to optimize, hero chaining, faster pacing, and even crazier micromanagement tricks to win battles against overwhelming odds. The Olden Era is going to support these advanced tactics while introducing features like alternative win conditions and traversal options for more dynamic pacing. With pacing, there's also going to be the next mode here, Single Hero Mode. This is going to be a newer twist on the classic formula, perfect for players who prefer something faster and more streamlined. You're going to manage just one singular hero, your hero, and if they fall, the game is over. The stakes will be high, the gameplay snappy, and the map templates designed for this tighter focus. It will be a fantastic entry point for newcomers and also those who are looking for a game with fewer moving parts. Let's shift gears now into the last game mode, which will be Arena mode. This one is about pure unfiltered combat, no map exploration, no castle building, just you, your hero, and your troops in a fast-paced do or die battle. You pick your artifacts, your spells, your units, and then you jump straight into the action. It's perfect for when you're short on time or you just want to test your tactical chops without all the setup. Arena mode isn't entirely new, it showed up first in Heroes 5, but let's be real, it was a little bit limited. So whether you're here for the sprawling adventures of the classic, the high stakes simplicity of single hero mode, or the adrenaline rush of Arena, Olden Era should have a mode for you, and this isn't even diving into the multiplayer side of things. Let's talk about the team behind Olden Era. Founded back in 2016, Unfrozen is made up of industry vets who've worked on some legendary games like World of Warcraft, Disco Elysium, Disciples 3. It is quite an impressive lineup. Their first game was Aratus Lord of the Dead that hit the scene in 2020, I reviewed it a few years ago, and it earned a reputation as a spiritual successor to Darkest Dungeon. Sold over 500,000 copies and have an average Steam rating of usually around 85%. Not too bad for a debut. Now they're bringing this passion onto Olden Era. The exciting part is that they are fans of the game themselves, so this passion should hopefully translate into the actual title. It is coming out in early access, and the caveats that come with that, you guys have to take those risks into account for yourself. But they're saying with a game as deep and complex as this deserves all the fine tuning and community feedback it can get, so I'm all for it if it's going to lead to a better end product. Olden Era is going to be a game built with a deep respect for the classics and hopefully a passion for innovation too. They're trying to strike a perfect balance between the nostalgia and bringing fresh ideas to the table, and you can see this from the design, I believe. The factions are a prime example of this. Fans will recognise the classics like Necropolis and Dungeon, familiar faces with modern updates. But Olden Era is not stopping there, it's going to introduce entirely new factions like Hive. It's going to bring bold and exciting dynamics to the table. The game is rendered in beautiful 3D, but the perspective stays true to the iconic style of the Heroes series. The setting is equally fascinating to me. The story unfolds in the beloved universe of the Heroes games, but with a twist. The action is moving to Jadame, a continent that's only ever been explored in the Might and Magic series. This gives developers some creative freedom to craft something entirely fresh, while staying true to the lore and atmosphere that the fans love. Then there's things like the adventure map. It's a perfect blend of old and new, just from a visual inspection. Long-time players will recognise iconic structures like Learning Stones and Dragon Utopias, designed to pay homage to the series' legacy. At the same time, Olden Era is going to introduce brand new locations with unique designs and mechanics to keep gameplay exciting and somewhat unpredictable. The devs have a clear vision summed up in what they call the 3 Fs: faithful, familiar and fresh. Every aspect of the game embraces this philosophy, from faction design through to the world building, and it's going to be a delicate balance that I hope they get right. For fans of Heroes and newcomers alike, Olden Era promises a journey that feels both nostalgic and hopefully thrillingly new. It hopefully won't just be a tribute to the series' legacy, but a bold step forward into some uncharted territories as well.